Today is special, a very, very happy occasion for me, as well as a sad one.
I got 3 acts. I don't need 4. That means one of y'all have got to go. I mean, what would you do in my position?
Yes, well, to everybody listening to the sound of my voice in this video, it is a mixed bag of a day when it comes to good news and bad news. For starters, we actually have the official announcement from BET and Tyler Perry Studios, TV Line, Deadline.com, all the major outlets for entertainment that people go to. Zatima, the spin-off series of Sisters, is coming to BET Plus in 2022. The series is being worked on starting this week. I've already done a separate video talking about that. I have a Zatima playlist. Go check it out. And yeah, so that show in itself, it will be reviewed on the channel. No doubts there. Like, if you don't have BET Plus, I definitely recommend getting it. Believe it or not, I actually recorded a version of this video this morning, but it was 30 minutes long, and I felt like I should do one that's a bit shorter. But really, to cut to the chase, I had to make a tough decision recently, and that decision being that I, as of right now, December 8th, 2021, will no longer be reviewing The Wonder Years, the new series on ABC, Our Kind of People, which comes on Fox, Tyler Perry's Assisted Living, which comes on BET, and Tyler Perry's Bruh, which comes on BET Plus. As of right now, I will no longer review those shows on the channel. Now, keep in mind, I still will keep the shows Tyler Perry's Sisters, Tyler Perry's The Oval, Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Tyler Perry's House of Pain, the upcoming Zatima series, as well as some other shows that are soon to be released on different streaming platforms and other networks. So that was the major announcement. I wanted to say that during the first couple minutes of the video, so you know what's going on, so you don't have to comment on my videos or social media posts or DM me, Jeremy, why haven't you done your review for this? Why haven't you done your review for that? So that's the big announcement for the video. And what I'm going to do at this point is explain why I'm no longer reviewing those shows. So if you only came to the video to hear the bad news about why I'm quitting this and that, that's pretty much the announcement. But if you want to get the details as to why I'm not reviewing the shows anymore, please stick around. But if you're one of the people who's like, hey, I got what I came for, I'm going to leave, please make sure you take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe as we get closer to 200,000 subscribers on the channel. Hit that bell icon and select all. This goes for everybody now, because I want to make sure you have subscribed and you get notifications when I post new content on this channel. Oval, Sisters, Zatima, whenever I post content, I want to make sure you're notified. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. So let's get to the bread and butter of it. Like the clip that played at the beginning of the video, you know, from the 5 heartbeats, the good news, bad news, and then on Purple Rain, when Billy's telling the kid that he has 3 acts, he doesn't need 4. One of y'all got to go. I really thought about the week before Thanksgiving, where I did over 60 videos in 1 week. And then the following week of Thanksgiving, I gave myself a few days off because I needed the rest. Plus, it was a holiday. On top of that, I fell so far behind that last week was really hectic, but I managed to get things done. Hence why things like the sister review and whatnot were really late. So when this week started, I decided last weekend, of course, basically the past 2 or 3 days, I went to the channel analytics. Now, if you don't know, and I want to make this as simplistic as possible, I've been doing the full-time YouTube thing for over 4 years now. Basically, when it comes to making money from YouTube, I do it in the form of ad revenue, basically meaning that think of my YouTube channel as a television network. The videos I upload are television shows, and the commercials are the advertisements, the ones that advertisers pay for to place on my content, meaning that just like watching a show on TBS, BET, Nickelodeon, you're watching a video, aka one of my uploads, and during either the beginning, middle, or sometimes at the end of a video, you'll see ads, aka commercials, and then the ad revenue comes to the channel. YouTube takes its cut, and I get the rest in the form of ad revenue for Google. So technically, it's pretty cool how I can pull a Timmy Turner and somebody says, so what do you do for a living? And I can go, internet? That's literally what it's like. But each video makes a different amount of money. But don't be fooled though. Just because I can upload a video, just because a video gets maybe 100,000 hits, that doesn't automatically mean it's going to make as much, if not more, than a video that only gets 25,000 hits. There are so many factors behind the scenes in the YouTube algorithm. It depends on advertisers. If my video is about a specific topic that, oh, this character got raped, or this person got murdered, or, you know, let's say some other channel uploads a video about the pandemic or politics or religion, advertisers might not be drawn to that particular video. Meaning that even though a video might get 1 million views, it might not make that much ad revenue. So in this video, I will be talking about some things that I usually don't like talking about, but because I made a big decision that's going to impact the future of the channel, I did want to come forward and let you all know what's going on. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to tell you how much I make. That's not what I'm saying. But I will say I will be pulling some screenshots and talking about some information from my YouTube channel on the YouTube Studio platform, because I need you to see this so you can fully understand. I'm here to explain, not to complain. That's really what this video is about. So as you all know, assisted living, bruh, our kind of people, the Wonder Years, I say every week, these are shows I enjoy. To be completely honest, these shows I enjoy watching and talking about more than Sisters, more than The Oval. And you know that I put a lot of work into the content. So if you don't know, I'm just a regular guy. I'm a fan of these shows, and I have this channel. I'm not affiliated with Tyler Perry Studios. I'm not working for BET Plus, Viacom, or anything like that. I'm not getting any kickbacks from anybody. The only money I make on the channel is from YouTube, aka Google, from the ads that play during my videos. So there's nobody who pays me that says, hey, review these shows or give us good reviews, because that could explain to some people why, wow, you really talk negative about this show, or, you know, how come you're still doing these videos if you hate the show? It's like, no, I'm giving honest feedback because these are my reviews. So basically, when it comes to Bruh, for example, that's a show on BET Plus, meaning I pay my $9.99, $10, whatever it is per month. I pay for my Amazon Prime, my Netflix, basically all the platforms that I watch shows on and review. I pay for that out of pocket myself. YouTube is one of my streams of revenue, my income. My other is eBay, but YouTube is the cream of the crop. So with this being my full-time job, I have to take time to watch these episodes, and then I'm taking notes the entire time. Sometimes a 20-minute episode of a show could take 40 minutes in terms of me pausing it, taking notes, you know, this and that. On top of that, I get the screenshots needed for my videos, because I record, and then I edit, and then I upload to the channel. Now, just like a regular job, which thankfully I don't have to punch an alarm clock for this one, I'm able to put in as many hours as I want to, make the content, post on the channel, and see what happens from there. And in terms of my monthly revenue, which again, I'm not telling you the total, but I'm doing okay. So I don't really look at specific videos, you know, okay, let me look at how well my bruh video is doing from 2 weeks ago, or how well my sister's video is going from 2 weeks ago. I pretty much look at my monthly income from this ad revenue. However, after taking some time off to think about how much I put in each week, I went to the analytics, and I was actually stunned when I saw how little I was making from bruh videos, from assisted living videos. I want to use these two as the example, because these are the ones I've been reviewing for a long period of time. If I'm not mistaken, both shows came out in late 2019. for some reason, I don't know, the videos just haven't been hitting, or views or whatever, but I just told you the process that I go through when I make the content in terms of like the time and everything. But I clicked on the analytics, and it should be on screen now. The Bruh videos, season 2 just finished up. The Bruh videos, I haven't even cracked $3. Most of these videos have only made maybe $2.15. I looked through, each individual, because I didn't find a function where I could just pull up on YouTube Studio, okay, can you show me the ad revenue for every single Bruh video I did in like one graph or anything? I had to click through every single video. And if you see my Bruh playlist, I forgot the exact number on the playlist, but it's a sizable amount of videos. If I'm not too lazy, I'll have like the different amount of videos I have per playlist on this channel. Assisted living was no better, where I just saw that the videos I did, not even $5. And when I looked at this, I just realized that some of these videos that I do per week, if I combine the income that I've made from these videos, because when I click on the button, it shows me from the date I posted a video to the present how much ad revenue it's brought in. Keep in mind, YouTube does take a chunk of that money. So most of the Bruh videos have made less than $2.50, and of course YouTube takes their part, meaning that if I took, let's say, a month's worth of assisted living and Bruh content and took that ad revenue, once YouTube has taken its cut, I wouldn't be able to afford a value meal at Burger King. And the same could be said for Our Kind of People, which is a 40-minute show, unlike these shows, Bruh and Assisted Living, and The Wonder Years, which again, I love these shows. I think they're great quality. The pacing's fine, and it really has me intrigued to watch these shows each week. But unfortunately, the ad revenue isn't there. So when it comes down to it, I look at Sisters in the Oval and Ruthless and House of Pain, for example. I mean, House of Pain, the #1 video on the channel with over 967 views, is a House of Pain video, which to this day, I'm still able to make money off of because it has a lot of views, which hopefully sometime it will become the first video on the channel to crack 1 million views, but only time will tell. But Sisters is the better example because last week, what was it, Thursday, basically the morning after the episode that aired last week, I did my trailer breakdown for this week's episode, We Got Time. It cracked over 50,000 views in like 4 or 5 days. And like I said, I don't like to show numbers, but I want to just show you how astronomically different the results are. For this one video, it has gained over $500 alone in ad revenue, meaning that this one Sisters video that I did last week for about, how long is it? About 8 or so minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. This one video alone in a matter of days has made more ad revenue for the channel than all of my Bruh Season 2, Assisted Living Season 2, Our Kind of People Season 1, and the Wonder Year Season 1 videos ad revenue combined. And it just showed me that I should really stop trying to do as many shows as I'm doing, because part of me is like, was I doing this to kind of overcompensate due to the haves and the have-nots no longer being gone? Being gone, no longer being part of television for me to review, without realizing that the shows that I've been reviewing have been doing just fine. Sisters being the new star of the channel. I just didn't want to name my channel after another show, because when that show eventually ends, I'll have to change the name again. And I'm like, no, I want to do a channel name which is permanent, or at the very least encompasses what I do. And Our Kind of Entertainment, which I've already explained, it was inspired but not named after Our Kind of People. So just so you know, I did a whole video on that. And it really sucks because when I look up the search results of YouTube, I'm one of, if not the only, YouTubers that actually covers assisted living and Bruh. And that's what really left a lump in my throat when I saw how little those videos were earning, because of the fact that I treat all these videos with the same level of quality. Bruh being the standout because I feel like in those videos I can really just act a fool. I don't really have to follow the same like structure I try to for my other videos. You know, I used to cut away gags, I make jokes, and I have a good time because the show's really that good. The cast is great. Some of these shows I'm unfortunately needing to cut. The cast have reached out. They said how they love my reviews, my insight, my perspective. And, you know, they just appreciate the love and feedback. And that's the thing that really hurts because it feels like I'm cutting the cord on a friendship, you know, between the people who make content I love to watch on television or streaming services. And then they're telling me they love the content I make on my channel, reviewing the content they're a part of. But the thing about it is YouTube became my full-time job in October of 2017 when I quit my call center job. So basically, my entire goal was never to make money. I didn't even know you can make money on YouTube. I grew up with dial-up, so I really didn't know what high-speed internet was until college. And I only say college because in high school, even though we had computers, you know, there were so many restrictions on what you could and couldn't get on, you know, when you were in school. So to know that YouTubers, there were actually people doing this for a living, shocked me. And a friend of mine told me to get YouTube because people watch videos more than they read blogs. And my entire goal was to just make a bigger community to talk about Tyler Perry content. At first, it was just the haves and the have-nots, but then over the years, I added more shows. And thankfully, that was the right move because once the haves and the have-nots ended, I would have been screwed. But essentially, it became my life, for lack of a better phrase. And while I'm having fun doing this, because I still wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't having a good time, it has went from something that went from being a task I did to communicate with the masses about shows I enjoyed watching to being my way of earning income. And as a result, I have to make the tough calls here, and that's letting go of shows that aren't doing good for the channel because the time I'm spending watching, reviewing, and doing videos on, you know, shows that really aren't pulling their weight, that's time I could be focusing more on my eBay store. That's time I could be used focusing on other things to not be in front of a screen all day. So that's what's really making this so hard. But on top of that, the channel itself, in terms of uploads, because like I say, I upload a lot, or like I said earlier, I upload a lot. The channel itself is over 5,720 uploads. That's a fact. And when I looked at some analytics here, typically when it comes to YouTubers who have reached 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers, they usually have an average of 152 uploads. When it comes to those who are between the 10,000 to 100,000 subscriber range, they're at 418. Uploads for people who are between 100,000 to 1 million subscribers, which is the range I fall into, they only have about an average of 1,171 uploads. And then finally, for people who have 1 million or more subscribers, they're around the 3,873 upload mark. And like they say, less is more, because the channel itself is only at 190,000 subscribers. That's not a bad thing, but to think that my channel has over, you know, a little less than, well, to be completely honest, well over 1,000, almost 2,000 more uploads than somebody who has 1 million subscribers is a bit disheartening. So let me just say this. I'm really only cutting these shows from my lineup because of the fact that things are different. And I've talked about this multiple times throughout the year, but this isn't my apartment anymore. Basically, I was supposed to get a house earlier this year. Back in January, I signed up for one, went through the, you know, hurdles and obstacles of trying to get a mortgage, but between being self-employed and then dealing with issues of securing the land here on where my family lives due to this person's will, this person's ownership, yada, yada, yada. I'm back at home. My lease ended in June, and I've been home ever since, meaning that in the next week, I will have been at home for 6 months. Back in my apartment, it was just me and a roommate. We had our own separate rooms, had way more efficient Wi-Fi. I was able to watch television shows whenever I wanted to. I was able to record videos whenever I wanted to. I could upload any time of the day because the internet was great. I was on Xfinity/Comcast. I was able to do way more live streams because live streams alone bring in a ton of revenue, sometimes even more than when I do my traditional video structures. And as a result, I was able to work around the clock. I was able to balance eBay and YouTube a lot better than I am now due to my resources being limited. At home, where I am now, I have HughesNet. And the thing is, HughesNet has a limited amount of download data I can use per month. Let me put it in perspective. The highest data allowance package is about $140. However, I'm in a house with 2 parents, a sister, and a nephew. And all of them have devices, whether it be tablets, phones, computers. Not to mention, my sister has a smart TV, which takes up the most data. More often than not, I'm having to pay between $9 to $18 a day for tokens. Essentially, Jeremy, your account has run out of download for the month. You need to buy a token to get more. To put in perspective, when I was in Lynchburg, my Wi-Fi, because I got the high-speed package, my roommate took care of the electricity. I took care of the Wi-Fi, which is the more expensive bill. But I said, hey, I'm a YouTuber. I need a lot more than you. So I'll go ahead and I'll pay it in full. The Wi-Fi was about $170, give or take. It ranged from $140 to $170. They kept increasing every few months. It was stupid. At home, I am paying close to $400 a month for Wi-Fi. That's how bad it is. And like I said before, I'm not here to complain. I'm here to explain. So aside from the Wi-Fi situation, the living situation I'm in is, I'm at home. And during the day, Monday through Friday, my nephew's in school. Sister is usually asleep because she works the late shift at her job. My parents leave here before like 6:30 to go to their job. So during the day, the internet's pretty quick because I'm the only one here using it. I usually watch the shows if I didn't watch them when they were live. And then I take my notes, record my videos, upload them. But I'm on a limited time. This isn't like being in an apartment where I can just record around the clock. So that's why sometimes you will get like bunches of videos at once as opposed to having them more spread out like I've been doing over the past couple years. On top of that, my nephew gets off the bus. I got to get him off the bus. I'm the only one here to help him with his homework. Then, when everybody gets home from work and whatnot, it's not quiet in the house, so I'm not able to record. There's only one television in the house that has cable, and usually my mom is watching that, either Hallmark, Christmas movies, Steve Harvey, Family Feud, Andy Griffith, The Waltons, or Little House on the Prairie. So on top of that, I'm usually resorting to trying to stream the shows online through Dish Network, our cable provider, because unlike Xfinity/Comcast, which BET Plus and other streaming options have as a cable provider, Dish Network is not. So I am able to watch Sisters live. That's the only show I actively watch live through a live stream because it's the biggest show on the channel right now. That costs more tokens. So that, the money just really isn't there. But I'm really just telling you all this information so you know that it's nothing personal. There's no specific reason why there's no negative reason in terms of, I hate this show or, I don't like what they're doing with this character. It's not about that. It's a business thing because of the fact that I sell trading cards and action figures and video games on my eBay, and the time I could be using to focus on that and make more revenue through that income source is being utilized on doing content on shows that unfortunately are barely making any money at all. And on top of that, I've already talked about how when I changed my channel name, I wanted to look into getting things trademarked, like trademarking the channel name, making, merchandise like shirts and stickers and other things to possibly bring in more revenue, as well as enticing subscribers to donate to the channel. In each video, aside from liking and subscribing, I put up the PayPal Cash App link at the end of the video. Over the years, I've had generous followers, send donations like, hey, keep up the good work. I love your content. During live streams, people super chat me. And I always say the same thing. It's not mandatory. It's not required. It is appreciated. At a time, I had Patreon, but because I was reviewing so many shows, I never had time to create content for exclusive exclusive Patreon content. So I dissolved the Patreon, even though like the 8 patrons I had, or the 11 patrons I had, were like, hey, we know you're busy because we're subscribed to the channel, but we just want to like send you a constant amount of money, whether it be $5 a month, $3 a month, $1 a month. But I felt bad taking that money, even though it was from donations from people who really wanted to, if I wasn't giving them that extra content promise. So I have to condense the show list now, just because, ironically enough, these shows aren't making the channel any money. And on top of that, like I've said many times before, time is a factor here. It's just the fact that I haven't been feeling like it hasn't felt like I've been living at all. It just seems like ever since I've been forced in the situation to move back home, because nothing has gone right for me this year at all. I've just been working endlessly, trying to get a house, trying to get a mortgage approval, trying to find some way to get my own living space again, that I've just been neglecting life. I've just been nonstop working. If I'm not working on a video, I'm watching a show to take notes for another video. If I'm not organizing Pokemon cards to list on eBay, I'm trying to pack up 300 envelopes and bubble mailers to mail out for the latest shipment order. And hopefully by condensing my list of shows to only a small handful, I'll be able to have a better balance. Because to go from living on a college campus for 4 years to then working in your college town in an apartment for 5 years, but then coming back home to a very, very, very small room with a twin bed when you had the master bedroom of the apartment, a queen size bed, your own bathroom, your own walk-in closet, kitchen, everything, to being in a cramped living space. Yeah, it kind of gets to you. It really does. But I really wanted to do this video not to give a long-winded explanation, but to really break down why I'm letting go of shows I have come to love since the first time I have viewed them. I just have to do it, not just for financial purposes, but for also my sanity. So in terms of bruh, I still have one bruh video left. It is the season 2 overview. I recorded that on Monday. The only reason I have not edited the video and put it out yet is because it is over 70 minutes long. So that video will be coming out later this week. I promise you it will be coming out. But I will say I am proud of the fact that I made it through 2 solid seasons of bruh. I have reviews up for every single episode. That playlist is there for you to view anytime you want. Maybe if you've never watched the series before, you'll watch one of my reviews and you'll see that I enjoyed it a lot, and hopefully that will inspire you to check it out. Assisted living, another thing that I hate to let go of, is the fact that personally I think season 2 is far better than season 1. It's one of the first shows where Tyler Perry has decided to hand over the reins to other writers and directors and producers, and as a result, season 2 is far and away very much improved over season 1. But the ratings for the show I've seen have not been as high as season 1. Same with House of Pain, despite the same thing. New writers, directors, better quality, but the ratings just aren't there. However, at least House of Pain videos do kind of make ends meet. So I don't know what the future holds over the next few months. I don't know, maybe God will work a miracle before 2022 in January. Perhaps I'll get that letter or phone call or some good news saying that, oh, your land is secure, you can get a house, and at that point in time, I'll be able to have my own living space. Because if you have followed my house journey since January, you know I was looking at a 4-bedroom for myself. Look, it's just me. I'm single, no kids, no wife or anything. It was just me in the house. Well, it would have been just me in the house. I would have had a whole room dedicated to YouTube and my work. And I would go in there. I would knock out videos. I would do live streams more. I would do cast interviews. It would have been great. But that did not happen. So I am pretty much on a limited schedule. Like the live stream, the only time I live stream is after Sisters at like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm not even super loud because everybody in the house is asleep. Like, for example, tonight, Sisters comes on at 9. I plan to watch it live. Then afterwards, watch it live tweet, take notes, do a live stream on YouTube after the episode airs. And then tomorrow morning, Thursday, get my review done. And then, of course, I'll add Ruthless to the mix either Thursday or Friday. But regardless, just wanted to let the family here on YouTube know what's going on. And this doesn't mean I'm just going to straight up not watch these shows anymore. I feel like these will be more of a leisure for me where I can watch these shows maybe in binge fashion. Like, once Assisted Living Season 2 is uploaded to BET Plus, I will watch episodes 17 through 24, 22. Basically from where I cut off to the ending of the season. When Bruh Season 3 comes, I don't know when Bruh's coming, maybe in 6 months like it did this year, where the gap between Season 1 and 2 was 5 or 6 months. Season 3, when that's uploaded to BET Plus, I will probably, watch either weekly or just wait to kind of stack up videos and kind of binge it that way. But, tough decisions have to be made, and since I work for myself, I had an executive meeting with myself. What can you do to make this easier? What can you do to run this channel more efficiently? And just going back to the whole upload things, perhaps by uploading less videos, that will bring more attention to the videos I do post from Sisters or Ruthless or The Oval, leading to more views and more ad revenue from those specific shows. But aside from that, Harlem just got released about a week ago, and I do plan to watch that show because I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. It's a 10-episode season on Amazon Prime. I do potentially plan on finishing, I know I'm going to watch it, but I do plan on potentially doing the reviews for the remainder of the game Season 10 on Paramount Plus. I have recorded my episode 5 review. I just haven't edited and posted those yet. That way they're done. I like to think of myself as a completionist. I believe that's the correct word. Somebody who starts a task and plans to finish it, see it through. And, Our Kind of People is supposed to only have 12 episodes this season, and the ratings aren't looking good. So kind of like Ambitions on OWN, it might be a one and done show. And then on top of that, Assisted Living is about to end. But, like I said, it's just the time, effort that I put into these shows just aren't bearing fruit. So really, that's all I have to say. And sadly, even though I re-recorded this video to be shorter than the first one, this one is now longer. But like I said, at least I made my point at the beginning of the video. So if you made it this far, just thank you. Just thank you so much. And even though I'm not recording those specific shows, recording videos for them anymore, I do hope you continue to support the content that has been making revenue and has been getting more attention, such as the sister videos, The Oval. And now you don't have to worry because my Ruthless videos will be on time since I've watched all the episodes that they've put out so far for Season 2 Part B. And as we move on, Zatima is going to be added to the lineup next year. I do think there is that one show coming on OWN. I forget. The King's Napa. Now that I've reduced my schedule, I might be able to add that to the roster. Same rules apply. If I review the show, but then by episode 3 or 5, the ratings aren't, or the views aren't there, I might drop it. But it's all about trial and error. You got to, see what works and see what doesn't. But again, to the cast of Bruh, Assisted Living, Our Kind of People, The Wonder Years, that do watch my content, I'm sorry, but gotta make these hard choices. But again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I do appreciate the support. Let me know, are there any other shows or movies that I don't review that you want me to look into? And like I said before, if these shows are shows or movies that I like and want to talk about more, I'll do more content on them. And if the views are good and the revenue is too, then I'll keep them on the list. But Thanks so much for listening to me explain and not complain. And I will catch you on the next video. Remember, tonight is Sisters. We got time. And it looks like we might see a fight between Zach, well, his ex and his current girl. So let's see what happens. But in the meantime, check out all my recent uploads on the channel. I got playlists for darn near every show that I review. And I will see you all later. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you were a fan of the videos I did for like Bruh, Assisted Living, Our Kind of People, what are some of your favorite moments from the channel when I've talked about those shows? And maybe we can, kind of reflect on it together. Like and subscribe. If you want to donate, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I will catch you in the next one.